everyone. I hope you are doing great. I know you are very near to your exam, and that's why you're watching this. So, let me just start now. So, first thing, when you're writing an examination, when you're attempting an exam, it's important that you have a good choice of answers. So, if you're given two questions, and you should choose an answer in that way, in the way you can able to give better answer to that. It's wrong habit. You are attempting half question, then you are then you are scribbling it, and you are reattempting with and going to the next question. So, instead of doing this, you take a minute, think which one you have to attempt, A or B. Then you start. And while attempting an answer, make sure your answer, your question will be having many side headings. It can have a diagram, it can have a good content, good quantity than the other. So it can take an example in this way. If the question is asked about the digestive system, if you imagine if your question is about the digestion of lipids, and the option B of it, or in this option, the question is asked about the CSF, cerebrospinal fluid. So which one do you choose? Yes, it should be digestion of lipids, because here you can clearly mention the enzymes. You can also mention the sites of digestion. You can also write about the absorption part. You can also write about the emulsification, the functioning of bile, the role of bile, and all, and the side heading of digestion of lipids. So what, whereas in the CSF, it is having very less content. You can only write about the formation. You can write about its functions, its role, and all. It's actually very less content and compared to digestion. So choice of question matters. So you should always choose a question which has better content and better representation with better side headings, and that can include the diagrams. Tip number 2, you might get listen people always saying that you should always focus on more quantity. You should attempt 32 pages, then only you can able to get a good score. Believe me, it's wrong. Evaluator would be having a certain amount of time to correct your paper. He will just not randomly doing it. He will be actually going through your paper, so that each mark he is giving is valid. So if somebody tell you more quantity, more mark, it's wrong. Good quantity, good quality answer is equal to the better mark. Then tip number 3. If you're attempting the 5-mark question, please don't write 4 pages, 3 pages and waste your time. Because if the question is asked for 5 marks, the quality points you can write were about 12 to 15 points at max. It's just sufficient. If possible, you can add a flow chart, you can add a diagram. That is more than enough. That's it. And if you're writing, now next step is about the attempting the VSAQ, very short answer. The question will be for 2 marks, and the expected answer will be in the lines of 5. That's it. Only 5 lines. If you're writing more than 5, still the evaluator is going to give only 2 marks. So you are not going to waste any time in attempting many points on the VSAQ questions. Okay. So next tip would be MCQ part. So MCQs, 7 MCQs will be given in physiology, and 5 MCQs you will be getting in biochemistry. So how you have to do that MCQ part is that don't do it under pressure in the last moment, because I have seen many students losing mark doing this. So first thing, you get the paper, check for the MCQs. If you know this answer, you are going to bubble it then, or else you wait. If not, do it. At any cost, you will be not leaving it empty. You're going to attempt that MCQ. Okay, then bubbling. Yes. In the MCQ point, if you are bubbling two options, you're not going to get any mark, even you're bubbling the right answer. So that would be calculated as invalid answer. So only one option you'll be bubbling for one MCQ. Okay, don't do it two. So next tip would be time management. So many question papers you'll be having part A, part B. So what you're going to do is that you're dividing the time in a like whichever the subject you are comfortable, you can divide it in a half or little more than half time. If you're more prepared of anatomy, then take little more time, half, and little more than half time. If you're more prepared for physiology, then take more than half time for physiology. But make sure you are attempting all the questions and you are doing entire paper within the time. It matters. So you will not be leaving any single question. At least give a related point about that. And don't start the answer at the bottom. At the bottom, you will not be starting in any answer. It's better, it's a good habit if you're starting an answer in a fresh page. So if any page is left down, you can use it for diagram, you can use it for flowchart, even though it is not necessary, but take a minute and come finish it off with some with diagrammatic presentation. But make sure it is within time as well, okay? That matters. Then other tips would be like, yeah, yeah. Okay, if possible, you can do it in this way. You can follow an order if you're comfortable. If not, go in this way, attempting the first question, whichever you are comfortable. Like if you know the answer, the functions of enzymes, or if you know the answer, the functions of saliva. So attempt it first. Then slowly you come to the and last question should be something that you are not comfortable, in that way you can follow the order. That works. If not, if you're okay with the entire paper, it looks nice, it look even, and yes, it look nice, then in that case what you can do is that you can go it in an order. Okay, go attempting paper in an order will decrease the evaluator stress, obviously, because they has to go to entire paper. This question is somewhere, this question is somewhere, but anyways you will be getting mark, but that will reduce little stress of evaluating. Then there is a scope that you can get the better mark. That's one trip. And then if somebody tells you you have to attempt many 32 papers of booklet to get a good mark, that's not the way. You will be getting good mark only when you're writing good content, because there will be certain time will be given on each paper, about 6 minutes. Evaluator has to go to your paper, then you'll be getting a mark. So all focus on the quality answer over the quantity one. That matters. So the last thing, very important, it is do proper revision. Whatever the topics that you have studied, it's important you are revising it, so that you are not missing on the topics you already know. Okay, so do the proper revision before going the exam. So in the next video, I think I'll be discussing about the examination day tips. Follow for more. Thank you.